Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Yimbo. Welcome to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything, and welcome to my Sunday night show, Yimbo Buys Everything, where we will talk about life and toys and just trying to look at the positive side of things because that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. Speaking of, it's a Sunday night. The last couple of years, or at least last year, I forget how long I've been doing this because time has ceased to have all meaning for the last 3-4 years. But I have skipped because of the Super Bowl. But tonight, my kids go to sleep early, and it just didn't make any sense to try to make plans, even just like meeting up with my parents and my sister and her family, like just that type of stuff is just out because like they have an early bedtime. So when I was thinking about it, I went, wait a minute, I did my show during an NFC Championship game and we had a good time and the chat was bumping, and yeah, like why should I let the NFL stop me from doing my thing? You know what I mean? If I was doing a party or we had people over, obviously. But yeah, the Super Bowl is no reason for me to cancel my stream. So thank you everybody for joining in tonight. So let's get to the chat and say hi to everyone. Hello, Canis. Canis? It is. The weather's been fine. I'm surprised it still hasn't been snowing in New Jersey. It's crazy. My man Marco, what's going on? Rabbit's Den. Frank the Tank in the house. Run with Toys 89. What's going on, brother? The Stupid Show. What's going on? Thanks for being here tonight. Yeah, Sonny, you know what that means, brother? What's going on? What's going on? And then I'm very excited because my friend Cody's here. So remember, on YouTube and on Instagram, it's Too Much New Toys. On TikTok, it's Cody Too Much New Toys. And I am very excited because tonight I get to add a toy correspondent to my stream. Doesn't that sound awesome? Sounds so official and legit. Well, Cody has been the man since we found each other through TikTok. Such a nice guy. Just he's the best. And I love all this stuff. And we haven't been able to find, like, with the times that I go live. So we were talking about other ideas that we can do. So tonight, Cody sent in an unboxing video that I'm going to save for the end of the stream tonight. And we'll see how this all goes, and kind of this is a whole new partnership and friendship that we're gonna, do more exciting toy projects. So I hope you guys enjoy tonight. It's gonna be awesome. Toy Addict 17's in the house. What's going on, Danny? How you doing, man? Rabiston, Super Bowl. Well, that's right. That's all we can ask for. I try to time it out. It's like I wonder when the halftime show is. Is it halftime now? I don't even know. Well, I appreciate that, Cody. I can only hope, right? It's gonna be against the Super Bowl. Let's be honest. But thanks, man. I really appreciate all you guys being here. Can't wait to watch. As a Giants fan, right, dude? Listen, I try not to let like sports fandom like affect my. But yeah, like there's still like as a Giants fan, I'm a New York fan through and through. So yeah, it is still a little painful to see Philly celebrate athletic wins. but like what are you gonna do? Congratulations for both of those teams. Wyatt's in the house. What's going on? Conversate Briggs, how you doing, brother? So let's see. I'm a Giants fan, so Giants for life. There you go. I have very high expectations. Well, not high. I'm tempered expectations. But the fact that they played really well at the end of the season, well, really all year, and to make it to the playoffs, so I have good hope for the future. And again, like sports have taken such a huge backseat in my life. As toys became, and the social media and the toys kind of became this big hobby time, I don't want to call it a time because I enjoy doing it all, but like a priority in my life. That's how I should say it. That other things that I've enjoyed, like even just watching sports, have taken a back seat. It's not just the toys and the social media, but it's also parenthood. Like having being a father of twins and seeing them, and being active in raising them for the last 3.5 years. They're also so like they take up all of the time. And then I have, when I'm home at least with free time, it's any Yimbo time is toys now. So I'm trying to fit video games back in, trying to play more, just to start weaving that back. I talk about it all the time, but it's good to balance all your interests. But I always come back to the toy photography. It's the best. It's so much good. It's so good. All right, let's see. So let's see. Curious, did anybody? This is a great question. Did anybody back the can't talk tonight. The Savage Crucible line. I was shocked, just because I know that other toy lines have had trouble with Kickstarter or Kickstarters that didn't meet their goals, et cetera, et cetera. So I was very impressed that Savage Crucible crushed their like Kickstarter goals. So I'm definitely intrigued, especially as a fan of Mythics. I'm definitely interested in like the Animal Warriors, by Beast Kingdom. So I haven't got my hands on any of those since I got to mess around with them at Legion's Con. But then, yeah, Savage Crucible is another great. Like they're definitely going after Mythic Legions and Four Horsemen for that mythical fantasy niche. I never know which. I always forget. I end up saying it both ways. Niche. I think both are acceptable. I'm an English teacher. I should know this, but I end up always using both. It's kind of like the Mayfex Mafex. All right. Hey, my fellow toy daddy Sunty, no chewing is in the house. What is going on, brother? And let's see. I haven't yet. Before in my Nebraska and Jaeger are my faves. Yeah, it is definitely intriguing. It is very, very intriguing. We'll have to see. But the problem for me is that Kickstarter falls into even like the Four Horsemen window of like, if I'm pre-ordering something, I would like there to at least be a better chance of it coming out like in the year. I'm trying not to do too many like too far out. I know that kind of defeats the purpose of Kickstarter, which again, like that's more power to people that are able to, that are doing the programs. And that, for those of you that are able to back them, it's awesome. I'm interested in Savage Crucible. But yeah, it's going to be a matter of, I'm going to play the waiting game myself, probably. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. They do look really good. So we'll see. So where do we want to start tonight? So just to let you guys know, I'm going to cut things off again at 9. So I hope that doesn't, no. I like to keep it to my hour just for, during this Last of Us time. Plus it's the Super Bowl and you guys might be at parties or just wanting to check the game. So this is going to be a nice tight hour. We're already at, who cares? But you get what I'm saying. So my wife and I did not get to watch Last of Us on Friday night. The work weeks have been really kicking our butts. Not that I want to like dwell on the of life, but like the work weeks have been definitely kicking our butts. And like Friday, we both went to sleep early, so we didn't even watch Last of Us when we had the opportunity. And then we had family over, so we didn't get to watch it yesterday. So yeah, so that's our night. We want to at least keep it to our Sunday. So I'm very excited. If you watched Last of Us, let me know if it was a good episode, because we are excited. Cody, let's see. Kickstarters notoriously could take forever to happen, sometimes limbo for years. I know, and you guys are you're gonna crack up. So yes, I know I talk specifically about toys, but when this whole Yimbo reviews everything came about, that was going to be the whole like bit, was I'm gonna review everything. And then I think Comedy Central put out a show called Review. It's with a very funny comedian. The guy, he was like the principal in Eastbound and Down. I can't picture the guy's name, but I think the show is called Review, and that's what he did. So it kind of like he took the wind out of my sails, and this is way back now because I started doing this type of stuff in 2000, YouTube stuff 2009, maybe 12, 13, whatever. You know, I'm saying 10 years. Let's say 10 years ago. But yeah, so I lost my train of thought for a second. So I am aware of the Kickstarters because I currently have one that has been paid for and has been unfulfilled since before I had kids. So at the very least 4 or 5 years now. It's for this is getting back into the Yimbo reviews, everything. I bought myself a travel bidet. I don't know if that's the actual name of it now, but essentially it's like what a bidet does, but you can take it with you to spray. And I thought, wow, that's a really cool idea. And I don't know why. I don't know. I was in a mode. I told you before I had kids, I definitely bought so much stuff that I didn't need or didn't. I don't even know. I just wasted my money a lot. Without kids in my life, I just buy whatever stupid crap. Like, that looks like an interesting idea. Maybe I do want to wash my butt with this spray nozzle. So yes, I am well aware, and honestly, it's this travel bidet thing that has causing me anxiety with backing future projects because I've had successful ones too. I mind you this, but the fact that this one in particular has been like this forever, for years upon years, yeah, I don't know. So it's definitely hurt my trust in them. Let's see with Crucible. What's the estimated delivery? We're looking at years. That's the thing. I don't know. We can take a look at it. We'll be able to, like I can fire up their Kickstarter at some point. Jimmy Pop's in the house. What's going on, brother? Nice to have you here, my man. That's awesome. And let's see. Cody said I got HBO Max trial so I can start watching Last of Us. It's so good. It's so good. A bidet. Like, first of all, a bidet, I feel like as Americans we've been like holding out, like we have this like look about like, oh, the bidet, but really like the rest of the world looks at us like, you guys don't have clean ghoulies. So, I get it. But yeah, right, it is a bidet. It's I don't know, such a goofy thing to spend my money on. Let's see. So looked up. Thank you, Santi. All right. So No Chewing looked it up. November 23 for wave 1. Okay. April 24th for wave 2. And then April 24th or August. Sorry. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Santi. That's not terrible. Let me see. What was the first one? November 23. So that's the end of this year. That's possible. Like, then I might consider it, especially now that they're backed. So this is going to happen. I mean, right? Like, that's kind of like how it works. All right. So I have toys around me. As always, I have toys around me. Why don't we do the vehicle first? Because, we'll do the vehicle first. So I cracked open, finally. I bought this guy back August? Might have been August. But I was able to still use the return. And that's like, again, just in case you weren't aware, if you use a red card at Target, they extend the return windows by like days, 3 months. It's crazy. So, yeah, I bought a bat cycle. I bought a McFarlane bat cycle. So here it is. Yay. Now, this is the second one that I ordered. The first one, I ended up just returning tonight, earlier today when we did our Target run, because it was missing the handlebars. So make sure if you do end up picking this up that you get handlebars in it, just so you know. Like, that was just a thing. I don't think it was like a malicious thing. It's not like the whole piece was just missing. It was a defective unit. But yeah, so I got a second one because I really wanted it. I was all set to finally open it up. I have my first idea for it. And I've seen so many great pictures of people using this. And I've been all in, not all in, but I've been buying a lot of the McFarlane 66 stuff. Like, I don't have a ton of the figures, and I'm not going to really actively get the figures, but every single play set. I still have to use the Villain's Lair more. The Batcave, it's in hiatus because I used it so much. But this weekend, and the reason this all came about is because the Batboat went on sale, went up for pre-order. I think that comes out in April, and the Bruce Wayne Manor. So again, McFarlane's been killing it with like diorama, these set pieces. Yeah, it would be nice if the figures were a little bit bigger, but like what he's giving us with this set, everything can play pretty well in the 1/12 scale world. So this motorcycle is fantastic. Like, it's so good. And I wanted to show, we'll do some comparisons real quick. So, all right. This is the other thing. This sidecar is so goofy small. I don't even know how I would get the Robin McFarlane on there, but I do have that tin that came with Batman, Robin, Penguin, and Joker. So one day I might just say, screw it, crack them open, and spend like a week just shooting McFarlane 66 Batman figures. Because like, I have all this stuff now. It's really and what's not to love? So the sidecar is like a waste, basically, because it's so tiny. I really don't know if I'm going to get anyone sitting in there or on it. See, it's supposed to be the knees, just like Robin was in the show. It has these little crevices in there. So, this for photography, you don't even need it, like the sidecar. So for like getting angles like that, even from something straight on, perhaps. But I'm going to try some stuff out. But let's see. So I grabbed Battinson as my Figure Arts representative. His cape is off. I was just showing my brother-in-law yesterday this figure and how I'm trying to get the different cape for him and blah, blah, blah. But let's see. So Figure Arts Batman. So now we know that he's a smidge smaller. He's definitely a larger Figure Arts than past releases. But there we go. So he doesn't have the hands to grip really well. But you get the idea. There we go. So he looks really good on there. So Figure Arts Batman plays very nicely. There we go. So there's that. And I kind of figured all these guys are going to, I mean, like now that we know that the Figure Arts one, let's see. It's a Quicksilver, Marvel Legends. Yeah, so you get what I'm saying, guys. These vehicles are excellent. The Batmobile, I still haven't cracked open. That's the one that, unless I decide to do this idea of shooting the 66 figures exclusively, I still haven't cracked open that Batmobile. And I did try to fit in the Battinson figure to that, and it still gave me some trouble. So I definitely don't think Legends would fit in well unless you're being creative with it. They're not just going to sit nicely. I've seen a lot of great pictures with it where people are having figures jumping up or in, standing. Fine, perfect, force perspective, all of that stuff. But for actually using the vehicle, the Batmobile is on the tinier side. One day I'm going to open up my Mattel one. I know it. But that's like, when I look at that piece, I'm like, I'm so happy I have it like in the box and everything, but I do want to open it because that Batmobile is crazy good. And that'll just be a future episode. I told you, that's a future episode I've talked about in the past. It's so good, though. It's so good. All right. So my idea is going to be a Batman Deadpool shot with Deadpool in the sidecar. And basically, like, I've never been more embarrassed. So that's going to be the idea. I want Mezco. I'm going to do a Mezco shot. So we met my Mezco Batman with my Mezco Deadpool. That's what I'm going with. I think, here's my... We're okay. Just rolled right off there. So my only thing will be my only thing holding me back from using Mezco will be this moment right now. Because see, like, the sidecar is meant for like this. Actually, maybe this Deadpool can make it work. That would be actually really excellent. So he's got the little handlebars on there. Will it work? Kind of. Because this is how goofy it was, right? Like, this is straight up what they made Burt Ward do. That's ridiculous. So I won't get like the head up. I'm gonna have to mess around, but this is gonna be basically you get the idea now of where I'm going with this. So it does kind of work. The sidecar does. I'm surprised. I am very surprised. So maybe I might have to switch the Batman and the Deadpool. Maybe I won't be able to go Mezco because if I can't get the articulation of the head looking up, then my Revoltech Deadpool will absolutely be able to like nail whatever posing I want. So then, if I go Revoltech Deadpool, then I'll probably go Mafex Batman if I had to. Yeah. That sounds good to me. That sounds good. And notice I never say McFarlane, even though I have McFarlane's. I just don't because of the rubber capes. I know people like them. My brother-in-law is one of them. I need a good wired cape. That's what I need for my pictures, for my toy photography. But yeah, so this is cool. I'm telling you, everybody, this is a really awesome set. I hope that was enough to show you that it will scale with just about anything. this will actually segue nicely into the next toy I will discuss. We might as well check on an actual McFarlane, right? So here is how a McFarlane figure, and now you can see, you know, we got the larger legs. So I popped a foot through, and this one hangs down, but it will look good. That's the whole thing. So are you going to be able to get him holding the handlebars and pushing him around like, you know, play-wise? Probably not. But McFarlane figures will work nicely scale-wise. Look at that. That works really great. And this is going to be the McFarlane I'm going to talk about tonight. So it's going to be Deadman. I got him a while back, but I finally cracked him open this week. Again, I was jonesing for that new toy opening fix. I didn't, you know, I had my Mezco Conan, so that was like my big figure to open up this week. And I had him in my dio, set up, like posed and everything. So I forget what night it was. But I'm like, oh, I'd totally play with Conan, but like he's busy. So then that new opening bug started happening. And yeah, so I grabbed McFarlane Deadman. So, you know, real quick, there he is in terms of scaling. Whoop. Oh, my hands are all over the place. So not bad. That's all I mean. This works out really, really well. Surprisingly so. All right. So awesome. Awesome little purchase here, guys. So Deadman, look at this. We always go to the sculpts. Beautiful sculpts. He kind of looks like the Ice King. What's his name? From Game of Thrones. Wow, it's amazing. I love that show so much. And now it's like, what was his name? The Night King? What was his name? Let me know. I can't. My brain's not working. Game of Thrones. The evil, the Winter Knight, the White Knight, the White Eyes, the White Walker. The White Walker, the King of the White Walker. That kind of Anyway, doesn't he look like a White Walker? Now the one thing I did notice, it's not terrible. And it shouldn't be this different color plastic. I think it's harder to see on this lighting. Or I guess maybe you can kind of tell. But there's like some weird paint stuff going on there. I thought maybe the plastic was two different colors. But no, it's just... I don't know if it was the weathering or something. But you know what? I'm not even noticing it now, like in this light. It was, the other day... different lighting. But yeah, it looks like there's like paint right down the V. Some kind of like choice. It was a choice. But the sculpt is sick, as I'm showing you. And like I said, he looks like a White Walker. I really, just like a lot of my DC characters that I fell in love with outside of the original Justice League, it was really during the new 52. And I know that was like a big divisive moment at the time when it came out, but it did exactly what it was set out to do. Get people like me back into reading comics because we're starting with new stories. I thought it was a really great concept, and it worked. It got me back in, and I learned a lot about Deadman. Of course, this is now 15 years ago, so I can't tell you what I learned. I just remember that he's a really enjoyable character. He is actually really funny. He's a tragic figure, considering he is playing a dead man. But yeah, he's great. He's really great. Now, let's just take a look at this figure. This is my favorite piece on here. This ghost effect that has, like, you can see the face in person. You can kind of see it here, but it's not doing it justice. But that just popped right into the back. There's that back port, but I love that it extends down and wraps over. It's a really great effect. Really great accessory. And then he comes with two extra ones, which are kind of a pain. That's why I was just messing with it. I'm like, as soon as I started doing it, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to do this on camera because I guess it's not connected, but the way the rubber is, like, it looks way more complex. There we go. It looks way more complicated than it actually is. but because it's like a stronger rubber, plastic, whatever, yeah, it just takes a little bit to like work it around. I don't feel like dealing with it right now. I will throw this out there though. These joints are brand new McFarlane wise. Like, they caught me off guard. It's not the typical just ball peg. It's more of like a square type style. Like, it's flat on this side. Come on, focus. There we go. So it's flat on the back there. It's interesting. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And the ankles are different too. Definitely different. So Todd, once again, they are working on the criticisms that we have doled out. I'm not saying it's the best choice. It's just an interesting one. It's definitely like, if you have this Deadman, I don't know if this is going to be on all new McFarlanes or not, but see how there's like a squaring off? Let's see. Come on. It just caught me by surprise. That's all. That's all I meant to say about it. Just caught me by surprise. Seeing that there? And a little, they're a little loose too. Not like they're not going to flop around on me. So that's, again, all I care about. Oh, Rabbit's Den. So yeah, you've been big into the McFarlane. So it's molded wrist and ankles. Interesting. Okay. But I like it. I do like it. Except like this is what I had noticed. Like something like this. You'll see. This is where I went, oh, look at that. That's interesting. See? That's what I mean. You get where I'm going with this, right, everybody? Like, I know it's been tough with the focus here, but that's just not like, there's straight lines. I haven't seen that on a peg joint. You know what I mean? So that's all. Just interesting. It was an interesting thing. Not a bad one. The ankles are definitely nice. These are nice ankles. Still kind of ratchety. So that's the one thing I've noticed in posing McFarlane's with the heel, like where it's, because it's like that ratchet. I don't know if it is or not, but that's the best way I can describe the feeling, like notches. So sometimes that will get posing tough because it won't, you have to go to like the next level up and down. Again, they're not like they've a lot of improvements. They've made a lot of improvements. I don't dislike McFarlane at this point. Like that's a weird way of saying it. No, I'm actively always looking at new McFarlanes in the toy aisle. I really want that new Mr. Freeze. There's a couple of Mr. Freezes, but I want both of those. I didn't get that Robin, the exclusive, but I still might do that. I still might. We'll have to see. Again, love-hate relationship with McFarlane. I'm just really trying to flesh out characters I don't have at this point with his stuff. So, and that I won't be able to get with a Mafex, for instance. Let's see. All right, back to the chat real quick. So let's see. Speaking of Batman, did you watch the new Flash trailer? No. No. I saw a reel. I saw someone's reel of CGI Michael Keaton. And then I went, I can't watch this yet. So no, I will also be watching that as soon as I'm done streaming tonight. And I just been peeking into jumping in and out of group chats, and I get it. It's gonna. People are super hyped. I love Michael Keaton. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. And then there's Ezra. It's like this poor movie. Oh, but you know what? This is a good lesson for all of us in tempering our expectations, so that maybe we'll just enjoy whatever the movie turns out to be. That's all. Just try to temper those expectations. Let's see. Come on, I'm clicking. This poor computer. I'm trying to click, guys. I'm so sorry. What is going on here? Oh, good. Now Sunties is stuck. There it goes. All right. Okay. So Cody, first of all, the sidecar is like it's like Robin's go-kart. It's true. I could picture the show, those times that he would get shot out from it to go deal with something else. Very so silly. I love that show. The custom cape. It's still here. It's still the shirt. It's still my Yankee shirt. Yeah, I just haven't had that time to set up and do it. And like I said, it's only because when I go to do it, I'm gonna set up the camera and do filming stuff. So that's all. It just hasn't been. You know what the problem is? I really like this toy, and I got all fired up to shoot him, and I did. And then again, cape issues, kind of like, and then, yeah, I have all these other toys that I've been so excited to shoot that Battinson is kind of taking a back seat. So it will happen. Just not yet, but thank you for remembering. Let's see. All right, so yes, Deadpool in the car. I'm very excited for this picture in my head, and the Night King. All right, the Night King. That's what it was. All right. So yeah, so going back to Rabbit's Den with the McFarlane. So molded wrists and ankles, sharp corners. That's interesting. It does make for a very strange wrist look. Yeah, and the price hike. I know they got us with a price hike. You know. To his credit, Todd held strong for a long time on that. You know? But no, none of us are ever going to be like, yeah, we should pay more money. So, no, I'm with you guys. That's another point of frustration. But that's why we focus on the positive and the good, right? Because the good is everywhere. The good is everywhere. So, speaking of, I have good in my collection, stuff that I've owned that I never got to talk about. Well, we're going to finally talk about the unknown one. And again, so silly. And this is, it's just an accident. It just happens, but I had no idea. The Uncown one. Love it. All right. So I did crack mine open a while back. I finally got to shoot him against Conan. So here we go. He has the wings, and I'm going to remind you, I am using the wing adapter because it just works better at holding them up, and you won't have all that wear and tear on the back holes. Like those are the holes I'm talking about. You won't have that wear and tear on those. I'm not saying you can't use those. You can, but in my experience with them, the stand or this adapter piece works so much better in my estimation. All right. So, and say that's what I mean. Like they will see the fall. So like this has that little base where it will sit down on it and not just continue to fall. So again, a lot of positives and pros with using the adapter. So here we go. Let's plug them in. Get to show you the unknown. I think I've gotten to the point with only having 10, let's just say 10 Mythic Legions. And I know, so obviously there are guys that have so many more, so many vast collections of them. But I'm going to say I'm about 10. And I think it's fair to say now that there's no surprise in what I get with the Mythic Legion. Now, that's not a bad thing. Hear me out. But we're beyond the point of like, oh, how is this going to look? How is this going to feel? Like, you know what you're going to get. You're getting a solid, really, or, because they all have the same level of articulation. So it's like, what accessories are we going to get? What are the things that, the pieces? And then how can I kit bash and mix and match them with other people? Like, that's the fun of all of these guys. So see how, there you go. See, that one just dropped down on me. Ooh. So if I drop down like that, it will sit going high, but it'll have to rotate around. But there he is. He is very impressive. Again, wings are tough on action figures. They just are. See, that's the droop. And that's with the adapter. That's very frustrating. Because that was not happening with my Varg wings. But yeah, that could have just been a case of needing to clean this out or clean off some of the paint. That usually what happens over here on these little nubs, ports, pegs. There we go. Much better, much better. But yeah, so these wings, just like on Varg, need heat. So like, yeah, I'm going to take the adapter off now because, yeah, these can go out in the back, but I did not heat up this joint this time. So yeah, this is the second set of wings I've ever gotten from Four Horsemen, and yeah, like they get sealed with the paint, and they definitely need a lot of heat in order to get this moving again. So yeah, both of these do need heat, which we're not going to get now. But there's this adapter piece. Just wanted to show you because it will save you a headache. It'll save you from freaking out that you broke something. That was the issue I had with Varg. But see, there's that base that I'm talking about. So that goes on the bottom. And then there we go. Pops in like so. But yeah, so the Unknown is awesome. So I have my little accessory box real quick. So I'm going to show you those. So the wings to me are like the main event of this figure because they're awesome. They're so cool. They're just like Varg's wings, but with that amazing paint detail, the veins through there. That's awesome. That's so cool. So we'll get this back up on. Squished it to his back. Yeah. And these are definitely giving me a little bit more droopy problems. But if I just keep them down, angled down, and then I can angle these out. Does that look good? Like, look, it's so big. But there we go. So that's him. I would probably, so I shot him once already, but I'd probably angle his wings up if I had to. Like maybe do something like that. If they would stay. Yeah, it looks like they. I'm going to have to figure something out with that adapter. Either that or just try a different one. Because I do fortunately have a few. Unless I have this on backward. No. I don't think I do. I don't know. Going to have to play around more. But outside of this, I really do enjoy the Unknown. He looks fantastic. Let's take a closer look. So these are his main weapons. Let's try to get those in focus for you. There's his main weapons. Came with two of those. Really nice color and paint on there. There's the head sculpt. He comes with this that was already just kind of dangling down there. Just like most of these, mythic figures are included in there, but that one just was there. So I haven't decided if I'm going to keep that on or not, and I'm not one of those people that I'm still a mythic noob. So I know that this has been based on repaints and other people that have been out. They do a really nice job of being able to mix things up. That's all I can tell you. Let's see. So here's my mythic tub of toys. So the Unknown. This is the head he came with. The other one. Look at that. Gnarly. So red with the articulated jaw. So clutch, articulated jaw. And then it really wasn't like I wasn't blown away by as much because of the wings. I want to say that maybe there's a. I found another wing adapter, like the shoulder pieces or something. But you know what? I couldn't even tell you at this point what came with what. I couldn't even tell you. So yeah, that's this other head sculpt. He came with a couple other little weapons, but nothing crazy. Like I said, like these are his main weapons. Oh, these pop off. That's right. These pop off, and I can put on horns. So that's the other thing I can do with that helmet. Again, awesome customizing choices. And it's like, it's the best kind of customizing. It's like the kit bashing. It's the easiest level of, I want to start customizing my toys. Good. They just pop off and swap. It's the best. So yeah, I love the Unknown. So he's a winner, guys. He's a winner for sure. And like I said, Four Horsemen, I know, is putting out like a non-exclusive, a non-con version. I don't know what's going to be lacking from the Unknown. The only thing I was aware of regarding the exclusives was the one Panther head, the Red Panther head. I didn't think the Unknown came with anything, but yeah, he's going to be having a single release soon. So keep an eye out for that. Wings are cool. Wings are cool. They just gotta not fall on me, you know? Like, I hate that droop. I hate the droop. But that's like every single, like the Varg wings, fine. Like, I can get them to stand. That's the big thing. I can get them to stand and stay for a picture. But it's kind of a bummer because, and this is the reason I never bought the Gargoyles figures. Like, I have nowhere to put those guys. And like with these wings, I take these wings off so I can put the figure back on the shelf. It's just too much. Like the Venom and Null, that Venom wing set, that's just in a drawer, unfortunately. But that one also gave me such problems and still continues to give me problems whenever I try to use it. But yes, there we go. So the wings, back, loaded. And yeah, like, say for the most part, that's it. Because you'll see how they'll just hang out on there. See, they're just hanging out. So like that would be the least amount of droop. And then there is the nice extension up top. So the Unknown. I don't have another song for that. I thought something else would come to mind, but it didn't. All right, so boom. And now I think we are at that time. It's time for the main event. So everyone, thank you for sticking with me. Ooh, 88 Fixes in the house. What's going on, brother boy? Let's see. So Cody was saying Mythic Legions are cool. They are so cool. They are so cool. I love my troll. I just shot another defeated troll with Constantine picture this afternoon. I love my troll. I need to crack the other one open, and I also want him to do more fighting stuff. It's just, he's tough. He's a tough one to work to photograph because he's just so large. But I love my troll. In my pile of loot, I talked a few weeks ago about adding a half giant, and I skipped for now because I ended up getting Rebel Tech Woody. So I'm so excited for this. You have no idea. No chewing. Santi, fellow toy daddy, has been going hard on Disney figures and pictures. And I have that Figure Arts Buzz Lightyear. And, you know, I've made this joke many times already, but my wife, her one knock is that it's not Toy Story Buzz. But then I was like, well, now I have Toy Story Woody to hang out with non-Toy Story Buzz, but it'll work. It'll work. So I'm so excited for this set. I'm going to wait. I think tomorrow I'm going to unbox it tomorrow so I can do a little reel with it. And I don't know, man. Those faces are the best. This is all I want. This is all I want out of toys, right? For me to photograph. I've just been talking about this the last few. Like, the more heads you give me, the more expressiveness, the more things I can emote. I love it. Let's see. The Unknown. That's a good one. Was it just in the one spot that there was the typo? Again, I feel so bad for whoever was in charge because you know that they're just beating themselves up. At least I hope they're not anymore. Paul, what's going on, dude? So amped for this year's Legions Con. I'm so hyped. I have my ticket purchased already. It's gonna be that the weekend is marked for toys. Like, sorry, wifey and kids. Like, gotta find some other plans. Like, I am so hyped. It's gonna be a blast. Let's see. Kiki, do you love me? Like it. And then there's Trevor 16 shooters in the house. The Uncount. The Uncount. I love that it can collect. Yeah, and that's the thing, Cody. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, that's how I try to like flip things. That's how I've been trying to kill my own FOMO when I see the amazing toys and photos out there on Instagram. if there's a figure that I was on the fence about, as soon as I see a buddy who's really fired up and inspired and they put out some work, I'm like, oh, like, all right, good. Like that helps, like, enjoying someone else's artwork of a figure where if it's a character, and like I said, like, I'm in a place where I have a lot of toys, so I just have to be smarter about, that whole bringing in and out. And yeah, so thanks. Exactly. We can live vicariously through each other. You have all the turtle lines that I will never own. That's it. 88 figs. Need that Woody, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna get the buzz because I have the Figure Arts buzz, and I want to see how these two go together. But like those facial expressions, and I know I'm late to the party. I know he's been out for a while, but God, he's somebody legitimately out of that whole box. He was the first one. I'm like, that's the one I got to open. The Woody, I want to say was $80 on Big Bad. So again, not cheap, not nothing, but reasonable in terms of, other premium type figures and even other Reveltechs. But yes, yeah, so I think he was $79.99. So I was like, that's not bad for what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm going to do it. So then I did it. He was a last minute addition too. I was super pumped. You're enabling me. No, remember, I'm never going to be Marco, I'm never going to be the guy to tell you what to do, how to spend your money, your time, any of that stuff. But if you think any of these are awesome, then that's all we can do. Just high five each other virtually. What are you talking about, Frank? The Reveltechs, like this whole, so like they have, look, this is the thing that's nuts too. It comes with the hand, like Buzz's hands, for him to be able to hold the binoculars. So that was like, honestly, where it's like, should I just get them both? I was like, no, I have the Figure Arts Buzz. But yeah, there's, and I love that he came with you guys, the alien. I can't believe it. It makes me so happy. Yeah, the little green man. Little green man. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So stoked. And that's literally like, even right now, I'm going to end the stream. We're going to watch Last of Us, and I'm going to be thinking about Woody. And then I'm going to still have to be like, no, you have to wait, film a reel. Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Yimbo is a gateway program. Yes, Reveltech. Yeah, man. Oh, buddy. Oh, all right. So everybody, we are at main event time. So as promised, we are discussing my latest, and I have to say, greatest Mezco. I'm not saying it's my favorite one of all time, but I have it between Constantine. Like, there was such a Mezco drought in my life. And to get John Wick from my buddy Salmon Toast, to get the Constantine from Heart to Find Toys, and again, so good. And then I was on the wait list. I was on the wait list for Conan the Conqueror. And then I got an email saying you're being, transferred over to the pre-order. But then I got your payment failed. And then I bugged out. And then I checked my bank account. And I'm like, no, it's a pending charge. Then I emailed them and never heard from them. So I was like, well, I hope I get Conan. Look at the artwork. So it's Frank. Someone in the chat can help me, but it's the Frank artwork. Frank something or other. Starts with an F. I'm blanking, but beautiful artwork on this box. It's one of the smaller sized Mezco boxes, but they packed a ton with it. So I love the artwork on both of these. What I'm going to tell you right now is we need like a 2-pack Barbarian Army Builder. I know that they did it with the Nautilus, right? The Nemo, they put out a team. I don't think they've been out yet though, right? Like his crewman. Because I almost bought, back when I skipped on Nemo and then I was kicking myself, I almost bought those 2-pack just to have, that was during my Mezco. I told you, it grips you hard when you first fall down that Mezco rabbit hole. I was ready to get anything Mezco was. So I really do hope that they make some Barbarians, because I bought the accessory pack. This Conan had an so I did buy the add-on, but it hasn't shipped yet. but with other like, barbarian heads and extra weapons and cloth goods and things. So I'm really hoping that they just put out just the bodies or something. I was talking to Task. What's blanket? Brad? I mean, Brad? Hold on. Who was I talking to before? Or was it Daddy Gorbucks? Maybe it was Daddy Gorbucks. Never mind. Yeah, and he was saying like, I hope that they put the I hope that they put out a set of like barbarians, just our army builders. It shouldn't be a hard thing. It shouldn't be a hard thing. He's a very simple figure, which I'm going to show you now. So here we go. I'm going to pop his head off first. Oh, as I take out a chunk of his fur. Okay. So this is why I love this guy. Because just like with Vapor, anytime I can get the same figure with multiple, not alternate looks, multiple looks, that's what I'm all about. So when I saw that this figure could also be a Conan the Conqueror, I was like, oh yeah, yes please. So come on, there he is. So the paint, the weathering on the body is throughout. Amazing work. Incredible. Awesome head sculpt. Oof. He has 2 necklaces. He has 2 belts, 2 loincloths. He has the knife that this can come off, that can slide up and down his leg. But I mean, shouldn't, but you know what I mean. But the knife can go there. And then we get to all the goodies. Oh yeah, and these cloth, furry forearm warmers, cufflinks. All right. So this is how excited I am again about this toy. This toy is really, it's awesome. This toy is great. This toy is awesome. And I'm not like a Conan guy. Like my wife still is like, every time I see your pictures, she's like, I can't believe you wanted that guy. And I'm like, it was more of, I'm interested. It's Conan, it's Arnold, it's like that whole childhood thing. But I waitlisted. That's what I was just telling her. I was like, I threw my hat in. I was like, like if I can get him, I can get him. I think that's part of the extra excitement I have too, is that I didn't know I was going to ever have him. And I had missed the first one. And I was okay missing the first one until I started getting into more like Masters of the Universe, Mythic Legions. And I'm like, oh, I really could use that Conan. So yeah, so there's his look here. Now let's walk you through all of the cool stuff. So he has this furry cape, which I was looking at. I had this. It's shed, by the way, when I popped this head off. I ripped out some of it. So you got to be careful of this stuff. It's Mezco. Got to be careful. So here he is with that look on. Fit check. But this is what was bothering me. And I'm like, oh. So I went to the product pictures. I'm fairly certain they're from D Amazing. And I was looking, and it looks like, yeah, that's it. You can open this up. Like, I wouldn't say to undo the knot, but you can pull. Like, you can pull this where it loosens. There we go. Like, oh, so that's nice. So there we go. So now, instead of it being all bunched together, it has that like the nice space. See, we're learning things together. But this way, that'll help keep some of that fur out of his face there. But there you go. So I love that cape. Not wired, unfortunately, but it's going to move realistic because this is basically like, trying to be this loincloth leather material, like fur skin. So like, it is he going to do a lot of Batman stuff? It's like, that would be a really thick. So like in my mind, it's funny that I can justify it not being wired because this would be so heavy. Like any movement fighting would be thick and heavy, leathery skin. So it wouldn't be flailing around. So anyway, in my head, I'm totally fine with it not being wired. But so it's not wired. All of those details, the weather, the colors, so cool. Oh, all right. So that's look number, well, not doing them in order, but there's that cape. Let's try out a different head sculpt too. Show you a different one now. So I love that the first one you saw was just regular Conan. Then there's the same, like regular Conan head, but with wings, which is awesome. Talk about, again, for getting different personality and stuff out of your posing. Having some windblown hair, amazing work. That was a great choice. I'm a fan. And then this is his cloak. Let me pop this back on. Now it comes with neat. Okay. So it does have a clip over here. So it will clip over to the other side. There's just a little string. Oh, no, it's metal. Is it metal? A little string. I love Mezco products. I really, really do. They're so neat. They're so neat. All right. As I get lost in myself for a second. So the cape cloak is not my favorite piece, unfortunately. And you just kind of saw why. It doesn't like to stay up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the most natural looks out of it. I hope so. And I'm going to try. But it's a wired top there. But yeah, I was just going to try to get this clipped back in so you can kind of see. There we go. Okay. So with it clipped, and then you guys will kind of get a sense of what I'm going through, what I'm struggling with. Like, you can push the hood down. But see what I'm saying? Like, it's not. I don't know how much I'm going to use this. I want to. That's the thing. I love a hooded cape. I love it. I just don't know if it's working well on this figure. If it's doing the job for me, maybe with it down. Again, my one, like, just a thing to be aware of when you're, shooting or owning Mezco is that not because of the cloth goods and because of shrinking all this stuff down, it's not always going to look exactly the way you want it to look. Like, so you have to be creative with the posing, with angling, smushing, tucking, all sorts of stuff. Like, you just kind of have to do that because, he's using fabric and materials that would be for clothes for me, but shrunken down for this. So, like, all of that thickness, all of that stuff is still meant for clothes for us. So I just like to point it out every once in a while because, like, I do know that it's not exactly how I would want it to look, but I will get it there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I will get it there. All right. So then for the rest of my little tray of goodies. So look at this. Fur loincloth. Excellent. Love it. He actually came in the shirt set. And you can tuck that in. You can have it untucked. You can have the belt over it. Like, I love that there's so many little fit checks that you can do with Conan. But yeah, so he comes with that. Oh, this is the third head sculpt with the horns. Somebody, I said be careful with these. Feels pretty good on mine. So I will just make sure I'm gentle though. But that's an awesome one. So that's the only, like, aggressive face. There we go. Shields. Awesome shields. And their stuff is always top notch in the accessory department. But yeah, it's the sword. This can actually clip to this belt. No, the belt he's wearing. I have clips that are currently in that tin as well. So that it's just great. It's so great. And then I think my favorite thing out of this whole thing is, yes, there's a mace, ball and mace, but they gave us one that's wired. They did it. Back when I first started live streaming, I had Mezco McSwain, who's now McSwain Photography. But my friend Isaiah came on with me. We were discussing Moon Knight. That was my very first Mezco. And he came on my Instagram stream to talk about adding wire to the Moon Knight weapons. And it's something I never ended up going to do. Although now I might be able to with this aluminum wire. But yeah, that was his whole thing. He came on and to explain how to do that to Mezco weapons. And now if they're going to be doing that, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, man, it's a great figure. It's a great figure. Let me check the chat real quick. So, yeah, so Cody's saying that box art. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a shame that I don't have a spot for displaying my Mezco boxes. It's just I can't. I just have no space. Yeah, man, dude, I was pumped. Did you end up getting them, Rabbit? Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Realm, thank you. Frazetta, thank you, my friend. So Frank Frazetta, that's the guy. That's the code. He's the whole myth and legend type artist, but killed it with Conan. So thank you. Yeah. What's going on, Toy Talk boys? How you guys doing? Yep. All right, good. We're all in agreement. Frank Frazetta. That's who I was thinking of. Yep. The Conan's great, Carlos. Oh, the Conan's so great. Frank, real toys. Yep. Yeah. I see what you guys having fun. This is good. I like seeing the fun in the chat. Yeah, the detail is really amazing. Now there is going to be a Return of the King or Conan the King. I don't know what that one's going to look like, but I'm really hoping, just for my friends who might not have a Conan, that if they do put it out and it has the head sculpts and pieces, that it would be like a 3-in-1 figure. That would be amazing. So I hope for you guys that there is a 3-in-1 figure, because I was super amped that this is like a 2-in-1. So yeah, the fur neck party with King Groskull. That dude, I had that thought immediately. I'm like, I need to bust that cape out. I need to bust out King Grayskull. All my Masters of the Universe I've been wanting to use more lately. But it's always too many toys, too little time. Let's see, Cody. It's like Dark Wizard Conan. Oh, with the black cape hood. Yeah. It's not sitting super well on him. And when I looked back at the stock photos, like I said, presumably from The Amazing, one of the things I noticed was that clip was unhooked. So same thing with this cape, where you were able to stretch it out and open that up a little bit more. Having that. So again, it's just going to be creative uses of the stuff. And yeah, dude, they're hot toys at a 6-inch scale. That's easily the best I can, the easiest comparison I can make. And that's why, Mezco has prevented me from making that leap to hot toy size, First Strike, what's going on, Josh? How you doing, brother? So here we go. We are at an hour. So we are going to wrap things up, but please don't go anywhere, because right now we are going to fire up. So I want to showcase real quick my friend Cody. So if you don't know, here is my man over on TikTok. So again, if you're over on TikTok, give Cody a follow. It's Cody Too Much New Toy. Amazing stuff. His content is fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it all. And now you're going to get a little taste of it, because he's going to be partnering with me and doing these little videos, unboxing, exclusive things, and it's just awesome. How cool is this? I have a toy correspondent. I think that's so awesome. So here we go. Please enjoy. Please enjoy the guest spot with Cody Too Much Toy. Here we go.
Thank you, Yimbo. Tonight I'm reporting on a very sought-after item, the 2008 NECA Team and Team Mirage figures. I have here an original box set that they sold way back in the day for $40. You're not going to be able to get that price today, as they go for hundreds of dollars now if you're lucky, maybe $200 per figure. Because of that, many people turn to bootlegs. Yes, bootlegs. I have here a set of bootlegs ordered from AliExpress. I paid $50.36 total. That shipped. They actually shipped in 1 week to me, which is very good. There are some risks. You can see I received 2 Raphaels. Not ideal. I'm currently reaching out to their customer service, see what they can do. Maybe send me a different Mikey. So I'm missing Mikey at the moment. But while we're here, I figured we would take the time to crack open these babies and see what all the hubbub is about. Are they worth the price? Should you spend hundreds of dollars and track down some originals? Let's see. Tonight, for reference, we'll be going over Leonardo, some folks' favorite turtle. Now, the bootleg packaging I find pretty desirable. They have this kind of oval cylinder they pack it in, ships very nicely. They do ship it like contraband, so that's always fun. They don't use boxes over there. Never a box. I've never gotten a single box from AliExpress, just bubble wrap. So you get this delightful package. I've had quite good luck, but your experience may vary. If you're a mint inbox collector, probably not a good idea. Expect some damage. So without further ado, let's get cracking here. They have him just taped like so we can easily pull him out. Ooh boy, it's like a canister of ooze, folks. Let's set our dual raff here. Now that, usually I like to smell my figures, but I would not recommend it with these. They're kind of strong. Gonna let them air out for sure. They're clipped in just with the tie in back here. Oh.
Using some Yimbo magic to speed forward.
Here we have our Leonardo. Now the paint isn't exact. He's a darker turtle. The shell is very much more blue, which you'll see in a moment as we compare directly. But let's see the articulation. Ooh, pretty good. It's not buttery smooth, and I haven't heated this figure at all. Got the double jointed knees. Not a side rocker. The feet go up and down. You'll notice the toes are blue. That's one key way you can spot a bootleg, the blue toes, the blue shell. That's a little stiff. You know, folks, especially with NECA, they're big fans of heating it up. I left these packages kind of in the sun a bit. Honestly, at $50 for 4, I think this is stellar work. If we compare here, he's a much darker green than the other turtles, and the shell much more yellow. Between the yellow, the blue toes, and the blue shell back, that's how you can tell these are bootlegs. So honestly, as long as you're aware they're bootlegs going into it, I think these are just freaking stellar. Don't worry, folks. The box is just fine. I'm not concerned with this being mint condition. I think these are stellar. I might open them, you know. I don't know. Sure wish I had Mikey. Ah, hell. Let's take them all out. Got Donnie here. Again, I love this packaging design. It's so good.
Time for more Yimbo magic.
Now, you'll have noticed I chose to go with the colored bandanas. Donnie's is a very dark purple. Now, it being a bootleg, the quality, it's not perfect, folks. It's not perfect. There's some scuffs there. And after this, we can only open Raph. No Mikey to open.
Even more Yimbo magic.
There we have our Raphael. He's definitely stiff, okay? Definitely playing with fire. The sai is a little loosey-goosey in his hands. I got the interesting... Oh, there goes the size. These figures have such an interesting construction. You know, the paint on the back is a little marred. Bootleg or no, I think that is a good-looking figure. Well, the arms can go up and down, the elbows. Let's compare them to some other actual Mirage figures. Fugitoid, my Mirage Renette. Pretty good height. I think the turtle should be a little shorter. I think they pair better with Casey. But that's not the only version of Playmates turtles that are available. Playmates recently did the Stranger Things Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with their own Mirage sculpts. So far, we have a Leonardo and a Raphael set is out. You can see Playmates. Yeah, they're quite a bit bigger. They're not really going to scale well with anything, but I think, for my money, these are some of the best TMNT Mirage sculpts out there. We can do some fun things. The comic lovers will know this one, Donnie with the gravity gun. Ooh, that's going to be a tight fit. There we have it, like so, for that comic accuracy with the Donnie. Oh, so good. If you have the money, sure, track down the original figures. Get that Mirage for yourself. But $50 for 4, ideally they get them right and you don't get 2 duplicate rafts. That's a great buy. What do you folks think out in Yimbo land? This has been a special report from Cody. Too much new toys on TikTok, too much new toys on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. Little special Samurai Leo comparison for a bonus. See you in the chat, folks. Back over to you, Yimbo.
Ah, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Cody. That was so cool, dude. I love it. We have so many, this is just the start of many other future little toy projects between us. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Again, go check out Cody Too Much New Toy over on TikTok, and then it's Too Much New Toy here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And that's going to be it for me tonight, folks. So thank you, everyone, for joining and chatting along with me. Hopefully I didn't pull you away from a Super Bowl party or, whatever. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Really appreciate it. As I say it every single time, every single week. It's because I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for choosing to spend part of your life hanging out with me, listening to me talk about toys. Truly, truly appreciate it. Just a reminder that Wednesday, I will be going live with No Chewing and Toy Father for the Toy Pick Community Top 10. So, again, we'll be doing it live again this Wednesday at 9 p.m. So, it's really cool. Another channel I highly suggest you check out. Toy Talk had an episode this past Monday at 8:30. I'm blanking on who they had for their guests. This past one. It was Harleen, Sir Dork's fiance, I believe, was their guest on Monday, this past Monday. Forget who they have coming up, but Toy Talk comes up at 8:30 on Monday nights. And then also on Wednesdays is Between Two Sentinels with Machu Toy and J-Shot. So thank you guys for always helping out, our little group of small YouTube buddies that are just trying to get the word out for these shows of ours. But that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. Cody, here we are. Yes, dude. That was amazing, buddy. That was so awesome. Thank you so much. And yes, enjoy Last of Us. That is the plan. That is the plan. That is the plan. So that's it for me, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday night, your Super Sunday, and have an awesome start to your week. And I will see you, Graham, and where else? This is just one man's journey with the toy. All right, Sunday. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.